Hello, this is Helper Gal doing another Fisher Wallace session. I still am not in remission from my mood fluctuations, and I'm I won't and I'm just doing this video because it helps me motivate myself to um to do the sessions that I need to do twice a day, but I'm still flaking out on the second session, so I will work my way towards it. It should snap back together eventually, I assume. If it doesn't, I will be rather upset. Um, okay. So I just wet my hair in the area where the connectors need to have contact with my skull, and then I have to wet the sponges themselves. And I've probably been going too long with the same sponges, and I should replace them, but I'm not going to do that right now. They don't send you a whole lot of sponges. Okay. And I, I've neglected to do my second session, despite the fact that in the evenings I get pretty worked up and upset. And last night I didn't sleep, and that's not really like me. Though I do take lots of herbal sleeping pills so that I can sleep. I took melatonin and I just didn't go to sleep. So it's you know I guess one night of not sleeping shouldn't kill me. So I've got my sponges on, and switch over here, and glasses on, and oh yes, I must turn the machine on. So I take the device and I turn it on, and I'm supposed to just go up to 2. They only say you're supposed to go up to 2, but there's 4 levels, so I don't understand. They don't explain in the manual or anything like that. You know, if anything bad happens if you go to a higher level, or or that they don't, they just say use start at level 2. So trying to be obedient and follow the instructions, which there aren't many instructions, and there's like no support network for people who use these devices that I'm able to find. If someone could please tell me about one, if one exists, I would like to know, because it seems fishy to me that you know I can't find a support network for people who use these devices. Maybe not as many people use this device as I think, or because it's expensive and maybe nobody can afford it. But blah blah blah. But I'm glad that uh, I have it nonetheless. I mean, it's got to be better than nothing. And antidepressants are terrible. They do terrible things to me, and I just couldn't manage with them. But I still have these mood problems that I've had difficulty controlling. So, uh, you know, uh, I'm more of a cry person than an anger person, so I don't get, blah. But I do get just sad, and then and just very melty and emotional. And after my session yesterday, I continued to feel terrible, uh, and but I don't know if I could have, if it would have been admissible for me to do another session or bad. So I didn't. I just have to. I should just do whatever I want with the thing, and you know, if it were really dangerous, I would certainly hope there would be warnings about what I should and shouldn't do with the device, but they're not very clear. Just they say use it at level 2. So blah blah blah. This is my video for the daily session, and hopefully I will come back and do a session at night. some reason, the first time I used this device, the first few weeks I used it, the batteries seemed to run out very quickly, and this time uh, they seemed to last a really long time. So I think what it was that the device was actually having connectivity issues, and it wasn't that the batteries that wore out that quickly, because I used very fancy batteries for the first time for the first round of batteries, and they ran out very quickly. And this time they've lasted quite a long time. Just a funny thing that I've noticed. Yeah. Critiques that I have of the Fisher Wallace Stimulator. I wish that it had a timer so that you knew how long the session was going. I wish that there were more instructions and explanations. I wish there was a support network. And I also, those are my main critiques of the device. And also, for a very expensive device that it is, I know this is a silly thing for me to be. It doesn't seem very well built, and I have trouble with the battery. The battery flap on the back is always. I can never get it quite closed, and that's frustrating. It doesn't seem very well built. It just doesn't have a lot of sturdiness to it. It seems like a flimsy little thing, and it cost me, uh, I think, close to $500. So I and see, I can't get the battery flap closed properly at the moment, but it's still working. I'm just. Well. Oh, hi. I forgot to pause it. I'm just practicing. I will pause it for that because it doesn't sound good. Okay, well, that's the end of my session. I paused it for most of the session, and I'll see you next time, which should be tonight because I have to use this thing twice a day for it to really work. And that's all. Bye bye.